Hello and welcome back, this is Insti and I'm continuing playing the Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Well, last episode we checked around a little bit of Gullet. We still have the hole to visit. And of course the old city, but I will leave that later. Also, we were heroes of this area. We actually saved this area from a hideous disease, contagious disease, so no need to thank me. I did my civic duty, informing the proper authorities about the diseases. Anyways, we do have a little level up doing, so I'll start leveling up. Wait, we need to... I have a swollen eye. Bloody hell. Bruised ribs? Nah, that's not good. Well, I think we can sleep in the hole. So before that, I'll level up. So once I've done my level up with the character, I'll see you then. Be right back. So with my character, I did buy 1 point in Intimidate and 1 point in Explosive. I think I will rise it, get it to at least 2. As for abilities, I think... Wait a minute. As for abilities, I took Mental Fortress. The Paladin becomes resistant to Intellect Affliction. Oh, sorry about that. Confused, Charmed, and Dominated. I'll probably take... Bloody hell. I'll probably take the one other resistance to... But at least... Yeah, that's good. Then I took an Reviving Exhortation. Paladins can command an unconscious ally to get back up with a large instant spike in health, while also granting strong inspiration. However, the ally will lose half of regained health after a short duration. So, well, I did revive. So, yeah. Why my cell phone is not silent, I don't know. I apologize for that. But that is what I did for my character. Next will be Eder, so I'll be right back. So, with Eder, I took a weapon specialization, so gives a damage bonus to the fighter's proficient weapons, and vigorous defense. The fighter becomes fiercely determined to deflect all incoming blows, dramatically increasing all defenses for a short time. So plus 20 all defenses concentration for 15 seconds. Hopefully if I remember to use it. As for skills, I took 1 point in mechanics, and now I'm a little miffed. I think 1 point in insight. Yeah, I was thinking survival, but I'm fairly certain I took insight. Yes. And then what's next? Shoti. So be right back. Well, with Shoti, I took Divine Terror. Frighten for 20 seconds. Strikes of fear in the hearts of the unworthy, frightening all enemies in the area of effect. And Triumph of the Crusaders. AoE per kill, plus 80 health, restored and friendly strong 60 seconds, so plus 5 might. Imparts allies a fervor of righteousness in battle, granting them strong inspiration. When any ally in the area of effect delivers a killing blow, he or she regains health. Hopefully will be. And we apparently got a Circle of Protection, creates a large zone of divine shelter, granting allies bonuses to all defenses. Not bad, actually. I took 1 point in Alchemy and 1 point in religion. So next would be, I think, Aloth. So I'll be right back. Okay, with Aloth, I took a spell shaping. While casting targeted area of effect spells, gain the ability to increase or decrease the size of the area at the cost of benefit of power level. Use zoom controls while targeting the spell to shape it. Note some spells may not be shaped. So we'll see how that works. And then I took Maura's Writing Tentacles, summons a trio of powerful tentacles that cannot move but can inflict crush and corrode damage and immobilize anyone they hit. So maybe we can use it. I took 1 point in Arcana and 1 point in History, if I remember correctly. And the last would be Seraphim. I do remember I have to level up the 2 characters at some point. Well, we'll have to see it. But anyways, let's go with the Seraphim now, so be right back. Okay, with Seraphim, I took Pain Block, provides an ally with mental block on their pain, granting them a robust inspiration. So basically +5 constitution, +2 armor rating, +10 health restored per 3 seconds. So yeah, and greater focus. The Cypher has increased maximum and starting focus. I took 1 point in mechanics and 1 point in bluff. Probably should buy some other people bluff too, because at the moment Seraphim is the only one who has the skills for that. But yeah, let's go with that.
Well,
so the hole it is, I think. There's something over there.
I'll see it done.
Let's see how far we can go to Neketaka today. Hopefully all the way. Beneath the dirt and mildew, these carvings look finely detailed and very old. Nice. The hole. Whalesman. Right, you Ogre pirate, and Valian.
Let's not stand too close to that.
Hot wind redolent of vomit and mold wafts from the hole. I guess that's why.
How did you hear that about the boss?
With my own ears. Dario said there's treasures in that pit.
Shh! Have you lost your wits?
Have you lost your conkers? Fyrna. Any other important people or artisan? Seduzzo, I think there was somebody we need to meet and get money, or try to get money, or pay something. I don't know. It doesn't. Witrak? Well, that's good. Well, let's check around before talking to people. Make a quick save too. Jaunty Tune. I think I've said that already. Now. Interesting machinery. Okay. But nothing to steal, unfortunately. Maybe in here.
Easy breezy, wet and sleazy.
Yeah. Oh no, not a cat. We'll take you with us. Dude, the six-toes cat. Okay. Dude. Plus 20 health restored per kill. I still want to go with the reduction of armor penalty, for now at least. Well, Wana clothing, not huntsman clothing. I don't know what I was thinking, huntsman. Passed out pirate, makes sense. To the gullet. Anything upstairs? Well, on the balcony, I mean. I know it takes us to the balcony, but if there might be something else there. Well, hungry dog, we will grab you. Deus. Well, hello there, Deus. Plus 1 constitution. Nice. And that's it. Well, at least we saved few animals. Becoming a great animal shelter. Then we grind the whole lot. Well, we are not. Definitely not. Is this stealing? No, so you don't mind me taking Peridot and Golden Swallow. Oron, who are you? Well, you are Oron, but I mean, are you an important person or not? A dwarf sits before a generous and curious spread. Steamed mussels arranged in a concentric circles, rounds of flatbread stacked in a neat tower, a melon sliced in even triangles. Are you Poirot? Yet his attention is focused on the 4 cups and the bottle in front of him. He has the cups organized in almost perfect square around the bottle, but as you look on, he leans down to adjust one. You are Poirot. The others with him wait quietly and observe the ritual. Well, let's wait. Holding his breath, he takes a bottle and measures an equal serving of wine into cups, making 3 or 4 passes over each. His companions look on with practiced patience.
Don't see why you'd spend all that time arranging your food if you aren't making it look like a funny face.
At last the bottle is empty and he places it in the exact center of the square. He picks it up and puts it down in the same spot twice more before he is satisfied.
Cheers.
They all take their cups and drink deeply. At last, the leader turns to you.
What do you require?
Do you know the way to Delver's Road? He wrinkles his nose.
That sounds unsanitary.
Aha. Thank you. What brought you to the Deadfire?
We had a contract with the Valian Trading Company to defend one of their most valuable properties.
Ah, he's glowing with pride.
If you're looking for work, I hardly recommend them. They pay well, and they pay on time.
That's a good trait. He raises his cup and his companions do likewise. Seraphin leans nearer you, grinning.
Consistency in the shipping lanes. Good for types mercantile, but better for types piratical.
Did you say something?
Just admiring your spread, my lad. Nothing better after a meal than a ripe pair of melons.
Thank you. So nothing at the moment, at least. At the table. Let's steal whatever there is. Some salt and rum. Well, I could call that a party then. Now, first things first, I kind of want to probably sleep. So we need to require a room from Ferna, but we can check this area too. Worried pig.
Tomorrow ain't never brought me down here. Oh, gods, I miss that man.
We don't need to leave a worried pig here. He is a perceptive bastard. No need to be worried anymore. Ink harp. Oh, that's stealing. Okay, what do you have? Well, yeah, nothing I really want to steal. Hammer and chisel could be Berta. Well, Berta, do you have something for
Why
me?
do you bother me, little kith?
Enjoy your working here?
No?
She hogs a fat goblet of spit and lands beside the food she's preparing and splatters. Ugh. Let's make a mental note. Let's not eat here.
The gullet reeks of illness. The beds are too small. An imp tried to nest in my hair. And Firna, the tavern keeper, refuses to give me more than 1 day off a month. How am I supposed to hunt when I am chained to this stove?
She crunches her face into a grimace.
Maybe I'll become a pirate. Get myself a bird and an eye patch.
Well, I think we can accommodate with that, so you should join my crew, apparently.
How do you mean?
She narrows her eyes and regards you with a renewed interest. We need a cook, and I admire your, you know, like a boat.
I'm not daft, you condescending little mite. Tell me why, and in what capacity, I should join your crew.
We could use a pair of sure hands in the rigging, where we've cannons aplenty, but not enough hands to man them. My crew hunts a god, and they need someone to feed them. So do we want her as a cook? I think we already have a good cook. Rigging?
It's been too long since I felt the wind on my face. I'd take the dead fish smell of a ship in port over the stink of the gullet any day.
Her broad mouth curls up into a wistful smile. So, will you join my crew?
I don't work for free.
Well, here's 450. She extends your coins for a moment. They look tiny in her giant hands, almost like a child's plaything. She shrugs.
This will do. For now.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's much better than what you're doing now. She pets her meat tenderizer thoughtfully and gives you a small nod. Okay, I guess we have a burner in our crew. I don't know, Berta, sorry. Probably shouldn't forget her name. No. Chitin leg. Saukko. Whatever. And rum and rare Kiora. Okay. So now that we headhunted ourselves a crew member, we could go and talk to Ferna here. And all uncovered toe to ear tip in a sable fur leans against the bar counting change. She gives you a wide, easy smile when she notices your approach, then slips the coins into her pocket with a wink.
Hey, fresh face. Welcome to the hole. Just got 2 rules, yeah? Keep your hands to yourself, and don't fall in. Need something?
I'm looking for a way into Delver's room.
No doubt you'd fit right in. But getting there? That's dangerous business, fresh face. But it ain't none of my business, I suppose.
It isn't, yes.
If you're dead set on dying, you'll find Delver's Row in the Narrows. Those twisty alleys carved into the mountain on the west side of the gullet. You've got to make your own way from there. Dario will skin me if I say any more.
Well, fortunately we already found that area, so... Let's go with nobody knows what Ferna knows, except that she's loyal to the gullet.
Folks on the bottom gotta work together to get out from under those on top. I hear you, fresh face.
She favors you with a wink and a buck-toothed grin.
I'll tell you how to get there without getting yourself dead first. Take a right the first chance you get. Then keep going forward until you see a merchant stall. Look close. There's a secret hallway behind a curtain there. That's your entrance. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but all the same, you'd best watch yourself in Delver's Row. The crooks there will kill you just as soon as cheat you out of everything you own. If Dario doesn't gut you first.
Well, let's ask who's Dario.
You stick around the gullet long enough, you might find out.
Okay, what's the story with this place?
The hole's been here so long as there's been a gullet. Though it ain't always been mine. What's the neighborhood without a place to get pissed drunk and lose your pants?
So how did you end up here?
Well, it's a bit of a story. See, I rode a whale into port in the middle of a storm. The Huana took one look my way and knew there was no one who could run the hole but me. Of course.
She spreads her third hands wide, inviting you to continue. I'd like to buy something.
What you need?
Room.
I've got just the thing for you, fresh face. Just the thing. Do you prefer spider free or spider full?
I hope spider free. Stowaway. Last stealth, streetwise sleight of hand. Well, I don't really need those, but let's go the cheap one. By the by, do you sell something? I guess you do. Yeah. Anyways, I'm a cheap bastard, so we sleep for 0 copper. Now, where was the person I'm talking to? Seduzzo. This Roatines, it's ramrod straight. On the table near her are a half-empty liquor bottle and a small porcelain cup. Both smell of anise. She looks like she's trying to blend in, but her unnatural stillness and her bright, spotless attire makes her stand out like a reef fish against the rocks. Her eyes find yours.
Harami!
Gesundheit.
I am here, Seduzo Nui.
Oh, sorry.
Do we expect any foreign merchants today?
Sedusa keeps her eyes on you even as she speaks to the soldier. There is only brief pause.
We do not, Seduzo Nui.
The captain shifts uncomfortably.
Then state your business quickly. I want to avoid another surprise.
Funny that's the name of my ship. She glances around quickly as if she expects someone to jump out of another corner of the tavern. Did you cross paths with a man named Botaro?
The one who threatened me. I shall not soon forget him.
She raises her cup for another sip, sculling into the liquor.
These Huana learn too many pretty words from the Valians. You cannot trust what they say.
You don't have to when you're got all the cannons. What excellent. Let's go with the cruel because why not? You don't have to when you've got all the cannons.
That is not my concern. I only came to do business. But you asked about... what was his name? Bataro?
Yes, that's right.
This fellow wanted passage on my ship. As if I were the village ferryman.
She tosses back the rest of her drink a little too quickly.
I told him there was none to be had. Certainly not at his price.
Seems reasonable.
He did not think so.
She refills her cup and sets the bottle down hard.
He told me he had coin. Lots of it. I did not believe him. How could a man who lives in a garbage heap have enough money for passage?
That is a good question. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. She shakes her head.
So you assumed the worst and threw him to the wolves?
Oh, steady on, Aloth. We're not exactly doing charity here.
No, you presumptuous Adiran. I assumed nothing until I saw the swollenette.
Go on.
I knew then that I was dealing with a pirate. I had heard they were influential in the gullet, but I did not realize how much so.
She scowls and shudders.
I called for the guards, and they dragged him away. That is the last I saw of him.
I kind of don't want to ask this at the moment, because I also want to find the body, but let's see how it goes.
There's nothing I can do. The passenger quarters have been reserved by a dwarf named Orin.
Ah. She picks a straight thread from her smooth, crisp jacket.
Why do you bring this to me?
Don't you feel bad about what happened, Potter? You are a merchant, no? I'll pay you to take them. Tell me about Oran.
He and his people are gold-packed knights.
Ah.
Orin is... particular.
Yes, I noticed. She looks at her crew and they nod in agreement.
Perhaps that is good. He just finished a contract to guard the Valian Luminous Mill. I hear animancers are also particular. He's upstairs. Just do not interrupt him if he's arranging things.
Well, luckily we didn't do that. She and her crew exchange another quick
What
glance.
is your business with me?
What's your business in Neketaka?
Nearly done, I hope. I sold a consignment of iron and cultural coral, and will return to Rauatai with vorals, merkberries, and Ondra stars.
She shifts in her chair, tucking at her conspicuously clean and bright clothes.
Are you writing that down?
She raises an eyebrow at Seraphim.
Nay, lass. We're merely moved to a momentary bout of verse by the beauty on display before me.
He clears his throat and secretes a scrap of paper into a pouch. Xoti flicks her sickle back and forth, agitated. Ignore him, Seduto.
Gladly. Anyway, that's what brought me here.
She fidgets her cup. So, streetwise, odd that you take a business to the slums unless you're trading illegally. Inside, you seem nervous. Does the Royal Deadfire Company know you're trading here? Or history? I thought Rautans operated out of Brass Citadel. Citadel. Let's go with the illegally. She sets her glass down with a loud clatter.
The Royal Deadfire Company would frown on business in this district. But there's no harm if they don't know.
I won't tell the Royal Deadfire Company about your dealings here if you take Biha and the children. She tugs at her collar and looks around to see if anyone has overheard you.
Very well. I could take 3 more in the hold, and no more. Orin and his crew have reserved the berths.
The children are small, so you can take more.
I will already have to abandon crates of cargo to make room for these 3. Plus, the food and water they require. Send them to me. The sooner we leave, the better.
She shifts in a chair, looking around the tavern as if expect someone to jump out at her. Yes. Very well, let's see the journal. I arrange for passage on Captain Seducer's ship. Biha must prepare the children for the impending departure. I could only arrange passage of 3 since Oron has reserved the rest of the space. Baldur had a stash of... Okay, so... kind of want to go upstairs and see what we can do with Oron. Maybe we can arrange some space. Maybe. And besides, I'm doing too many good things. I need to balance it out, killing people. Although that was a contract, so that's okay.
What do you require?
I hear you bought a passage to Captain Seducho's ship.
Indeed. The good captain has 4 adequate berths, all equally sized, all facing the same direction. And she's promised to leave promptly. A most agreeable arrangement.
What would it take for you to cede your spots on Seducho's ship?
Out of the question. We're due in Takoa for another contract, and the client has already paid the advance.
He sips from his cup and immediately runs a folded handkerchief around the rim.
And we have already paid Seduzo. I couldn't possibly take back the same coins I have already spent.
He shivers with dread. I kind of hope we can solve this violent manner, so I'll make you an offer for your berths on Seducho's ship.
A gold-packed knight is bound by his contract, and ours binds us to make all possible haste to Takoa.
He squirms and sets his cup down with the exact middle of water stain, lining the base up with the edges.
Booking passage on another ship on such short notice would be most expensive.
One way or another, you're staying here.
That sounded like a threat. Was that a threat?
He sounds genuinely surprised. The other Goldback Knights move their hands toward the weapon. I warned you. Let's see how this goes. So, obviously... I shall brand you. There's a priest, there's a fighter. So, Eda, would you kindly...
See trouble.
Huh?
Okay, this is working now. Eda, you attack that. And you attack priest. So what would you do? You could do tentacles. Like here. Oh, there was another one, okay. What is... How is it going? It's kind of nice that Alot is active, but also that is not what he's supposed to do, but... maybe I should check. You know, go and help. Okay, one down. Okay, you guys help that. We deal with that. Oh. Are we done?
Well,
no.
that must have hurt.
Well, now there's some space. Oh, you... Bloody hell, I didn't notice that. We got some stuff to sell. And, yeah. We made some room. What's not to like? I should move a little bit faster, thank you. Come on.
You must gather your...
So now we can inform the good news to the captain that there's much more space on the ship. Actually, do we need to inform? Yeah, we'll check if we need to inform that Botaro will...
What's your business with me?
So, Oran won't be traveling with you anymore. She blinks at you, then looks at her first mate.
Parame, does that mean...
You don't want to know. Aramis shrugs. Sedusa looks between the two of you.
I'm thinking we must leave. Soon. The berths are paid for. You can send your friends as long as you promise not to make trouble for me.
She glances from side to side. Yes.
Just do it soon. I don't want any mess you've made to spill onto my decks.
She looks at her crew and makes a twirling motion with her finger. Okay, fairly well. Yeah, I'll sleep because
Something?
I don't want to have any.
What's the neighborhood without a course? What you need? I've got just...
Because I don't want to have any negative effects on me. So, we did a good deed. That cost a couple of lives, but I think it's worth it. Oh. A man saunters over to you with a jagged smile. He's got a long crooked scar on his forearm, and he's rolled his sleeves up to flaunt it.
You must be new. Lucky for you, we have a special rate for newcomers.
Hey.
A bag of coppers in exchange for your life.
He brandishes a knife. One of his companions grins widely enough to show you all his missing teeth. Well, he's gonna lose some more than teeth. And that's not a knife. But the way they're all gathered around you, leaving their own backs exposed, tell you they haven't been here long either. Ooh, I can use a Paladin Plague Walker. You should know better than to cross a Plague Walker. I probably want to use that. I could fight, but that would be intimidate. That is tempting, you know, but do they have... Well, I'll go with the Plague Walker. I'll doubt they have anything worthwhile.
Oh, what?
Oh, Jesus Christ. The Turks look at one another and exchange a few panicked whispers.
It seems we've made a mistake. Forgive and forget, no?
He smiles, backing away. Well, so far. They hurry off and disappear back into the crowd. I could have fought. But at least I had a chance to use my Bleak Walker background, so why not? Now let's tell the good news to Biha. Let's not tell her
You must gather your party before venturing.
what happened at the inn.
My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
Did you know Baldur was working for criminals?
Of course not. He worked on the docks, I'm sure of it.
I'm sure he worked at the docks, yes, as you say.
The Overseer looks for a reason to toss us below too. Such talk will bring him to our doorstep.
I spoke with Captain Seduso about the passage out of Neketak.
What say, then?
Biha listens with a cautious hope. The children look on with wide, round eyes. She agreed to take you all. She's momentarily speechless. Her eyes fill with tears. She drops the reeds as she brushes them away.
Our Watcher sure is something else, ain't he? Darnation, you're gonna make me cry myself.
Well, you didn't say that on the last time when I was helping the city to rid of the contagious disease.
May Amira's winds ever blow sweet for you. We will pray always for you in this life and in each to come.
She picks up the two infants and hurries the others out the door. Okay. Okay. Nice. So, little good, little bad, you know. I'm guessing the old city will take us a little while to go through and...
My Seraphim, is there anything you have a hard time with, aside from humility?
I reckon I'll be our fancy at most things. More so all things piratical.
If only we were all as confident in real skills as you are in imagined ones.
You'd be right surprised how far confidence will take you, lad. Were you ever to give it a try?
So, like I said, Old City probably takes a little while to go through and there's gonna be hopefully fighting, so I'll leave that later. I just want to check the Sacred Stair and Brass Citadel. After that, we start doing quests around here, probably the Old City and the Valian trading company, or what was it? And then hopefully we can start tackling other things around different areas. Anyways, unless something weird happens, I see you at the Sacred Stair. I think we have a few quests to do there, maybe. At least try. So let's go and check what kind of an area that might be. So I'll be right back. Here we are, the Sacred Stairs. Let's see what kind of an area we have. We have a Spy of the Soul Seers. Yes, and Merchant. Road to North. Merchant. Temple of Corn. Temple of Berath. Hanging Sepulchres. And Temple of Megran. Oh, right, we need to burn the body in there, if I remember correctly. So, basically, let's just check around and see what we can learn from here. We do have a... What was the... So... Yeah, we are not doing that just yet. Yep. Anyhow, let's check. Wait. We can go there. So I'm hoping this would be quite fast area altogether. Animancy in the modern age. Well, we can sell that at least. Animance's hat and some silver loose, and it's not even stealing, so why not? The ledger contains a meticulously logged list of names, dates, and measurements. Thick treatises, and variety of animancy-related topics clutter the desk. Potion of Resilient Body, Potion of Elemental Defense, Rooftop. Oh. Well, this looks like we have Edwin, Flawn Ellet, and a couple of others.
Merla, that burned. Well, that won't do it all.
Gateman Azo. A steady white-haired elf frowns down at the table, covered in coiled copper wires and glimmering shards of Adra. Her gloved hands smooth her well-tailored Valiant coat as she smooth her veil-tailed Valiant coat as she mumbles under her breath. Apparently absorbed in her work, the Animancer doesn't acknowledge your presence. Clear my throat. The woman spins on you, blinking rapidly behind a pair of brass-rimmed spectacles. Her bright carmine eyes and paper-white skin mark her as one of the Glamfelon. I have no idea what I'm reading today.
Hello, my apologies. I didn't see you there.
No apologies needed. Her aider bears a clear, crisp, but difficult-to-place accent. The pale elf examines you warily, unease clear in the set of her shoulders. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Didn't you?
A single arch eyebrow. Well, I kinda did, but, you know, it was polite to say that.
I, like the other scholars here, am engaged in the study of the soul sciences. Was there something you needed, or may I return to my studies?
Well, I'm kind of an expert with souls, you know. Her thin lips settle into a crooked smile. As she speaks, a drop of blood rolls out of her elf's nose and drips onto her lips. She pulls a handkerchief from her coat pocket and wipes away the blood without a word. You burned yourself.
I had a mishap with my machinery, but all is well now. The details are unimportant. I wish only to return to my studies. In any case, why are you here?
Any interest in getting out of this tower for some field study? How do you come to be Neketara? Your accent isn't Valian. Why are you dressed like one? Let's ask about field study. She blinks at your offer, then puts a finger to her lips, clearly considering her next words.
I think, perhaps, that I would be grateful for the opportunity.
What can you do for me?
This blade is not merely for show.
Ooh, rapier slung at her side.
There are no end of swordsmen in the Deadfire, though, right? I, however, possess some little sway over the minds of others.
Why do you want to travel with me? After we asked you to travel with us, of course.
I have a vested interest in luminous Audra, but acquiring it here can be expensive.
I see.
You have a ship of your own and are clearly well traveled. I suspect I would encounter more luminous Audra with you than I would on the streets of Nekataka.
Well, obviously, this will happen if she causes any mistrust, but I think we don't have to say that, so welcome aboard.
Truly?
She blinks her mouth, hanging half open.
We should discuss the sleeping arrangements.
Jesus, Alice. Maybe I should just dump you overboard.
Thaklaut, traveler. I am grateful.
She claps your hand in hers, pumps it quickly, and releases. An Odhioma expression of gratitude. After a quick pat down of the various pockets sewn into her coat, Edwin nods softly and rests a hand on the hilt of her rapier.
I have all that I need. We may depart at your leisure.
Her lips curl in the coy little smile, and she says no more. Oh, Mindstalker? That is a cipher rogue. Well, interesting that multiclass characters are not recommended for the new players, but still, it basically gives us a multiclass. Honestly, let's go with that. How hard can it be? And if I F up, well, we don't need to use so. So, you can stay at the boat, yes. A note is scrawled into the margin between margin diagrams. Increase current lighting. Okay.
Watcher, what a surprise to see you again.
Beneath a familiar pointed nose, Caedman Azor's grin achieves a careful balance between polite and sneering. His once rounded face has grown gaunter since you last saw him.
Ozzo, I thought I smelled something familiar.
I see we've all moved up in the world, haven't we?
Well, somehow. Apparently you're not.
I assume you're here to raise the tower. No? Smash the machines then? Relieve yourself all over the diagrams?
What the hell? Smashing and destroying, but relieve yourself all over the diagrams? What are you... Oh. Don't tell me they were stupid enough to put you in charge. Yes, don't tell me why they were stupid enough to put you in charge.
Regrettably, no. That honor goes to Flauna Elette, a charming young woman. Perhaps not as experienced as I, but I understand that the Sangreta Mea Compressa is more comfortable with their own people in charge.
A congress of the company, a body of 11 high-stakes investors who collectively operate the Valiant Trading Company. Right.
We do fine work here. Not as personally fulfilling as my time in the sanitarium, but exciting in its way. The Huana have a much more forward-thinking stance on the sciences, so it's easier to find volunteers.
Wait, we helped you. Why are you so hostile? Well, it doesn't really matter.
Of course, we can always use more. Any chance you have an interest? I assure you, you have nothing to fear from me.
Yeah, I'd better go to talk Flawn.
Certainly. She has a great gift for discussing animancy with a layman.
Caedman turns away with a final half-hearted wave of dismissal. By the way, I was for animancy, so I don't think why we're so hostile, but if it's gonna be like that, then yeah. The hum of the machine dips into a lower tone whenever someone stands within arm's reach. That's not even stealing, so... Yes, living iron, why not? Hello there, Floan. From her unkempt hair to her agitated pacing, Flawn Ellet gives off an air of restrained chaos. She waves you over with a few quick motions.
You don't mind if I talk and work, do you? What can I do for you?
She turns away to scroll a quick note. You work here?
Not the coziest place for it, is it? But the open air, the lightning specifically, is a boon. Lets our mages have a rest now and then. Good test of the equipment too. We're working on making it less delicate. Our junior researchers are still a little soft.
I see. So what are you working here?
Glad you asked, amico. Very glad. We're very excited about the work here, and we are always looking for volunteers.
For what?
We've catalogued a number of interesting properties unique to Luminous Adra, but there are some very specific qualities we are investigating.
Of course there are.
Qualities that a Watcher happens to be uniquely suited to exploring. You're just what we're missing.
How convenient. Well, there are needles involved, are there?
No, nothing invasive. You'd just be putting your Watcher's gift to use. Here, I'll explain.
Well, that would be the best, of course.
Luminous Adra has special effects upon Caed. Even to the humblest, it offers some small improvements. Rejuvenation, vitality, the kind of thing you sell to people back home, ne? But what about those who have already harnessed their own essence? Consider the talented Cutpurse, for instance, who can cross a room by slipping briefly into another place. The world between.
Ooh.
Luminous Adra holds enormous quantities of essence, the kind of energy we can't replicate or restore. And these formations have a kind of connection to each other across the in-between. I believe we can harness this connection and your natural abilities to transport a person across great distances in a moment.
Because we have intellect, your theory is sound. I've used Adra to track someone before.
Oh, good. You've done some experimenting on your own. A curious mind is a happy mind, I say. Can't mope about ghosts all day. We've collected a number of illuminating readings, and our machines are ready to harness the Adra's essence. But for the moment, we are effectively blind when it comes to targeting the next pillar. Now, if someone were capable of sensing that essence in the in-between, even of manipulating it, someone like a Watcher, for instance.
You want to use my connection to the Adra? I could target a specific pillar, or what would I have to do? Let's go, what would I have to do?
Ah, well, this is a little like describing a muscle I don't have.
Ella thinks for a moment, snapping her fingers as she paces half step back and forth.
The idea is for you to focus on the next connection point. The machine will use that new link between the Adra veins to create a tether, as well as provide the energy for you to jump effectively. What's really exciting is, so long as you are holding that connection open, your companions can jump alongside you.
How many tombs and vaults you be thinking have Adra pillars inside of them?
Seraphon taps his bearded chin with a single finger.
The next pillar's due east of here, in the middle of a farm. It's not as tall as this one, but you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. Oh, and don't worry, we paid the farmers.
Alright, let's do this.
Gelarde, very well. You stand there. Ansel, the machine.
Well, hopefully we're not going to turn it like a fly.
Focus on the beam of light.
As a fly. Yeah. Okay, beam of light, got it.
It ought to be like stepping through a door.
Well, it seems like a door, yes.
And remember, don't...
Don't what? Don't what? I kind of want to know.
This look right to you?
I really don't know. So what was the difficulty of this? Well, glimpse beyond. So this should be something we can maybe do. Hopefully. Where we are going, we don't need eyes.
Go down that hole, Captain. You ain't coming out again.
Maybe I toss you in there and see how it goes. Ah. Are you a hostile? I guess you are. Scorching Blight, maybe.
So much for you.
Okay. That wasn't too hard. So... nice looking area. I don't think there's anything I missed over there, unless something...
You up there, run!
Why? We have
to go. Can't. No, please.
Well, that's not good. Yes. In a moment. Did he die? Well, I guess so. Are you dead? Can't really see. You were dazed. Don't know if you're dead. Huh. Well. Anywho, let's move on. Ah.
Leave it to me.
There's something over there. We might as well go and check it out. More essences. Flickering the modes of energy stream toward the vortex in an unending march. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, not for you.
Okay, this is not good at all. We might want to use something or another. Would this work, you guys? Oh, by the way, we could resistant dexterity afflictions. So weak against bashing, flame, and electricity is not of use against you.
Sorry, friend.
Why are... Come on. Wait. Seriously. Bloody hell, don't block Ada.
I cannot whack him any harder.
Okay, so...
There's a one. No prison.
Okay, so far so good. Let's keep on fighting. I think we can... Oh, it's a soul collector. Sounds nice. Can you... Well, if this works, I'm surprised. Well, it actually worked, so yeah.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Yeah, I think we can deal with this. It might take a little while, but we should be okay. Maybe we want to blind you. You can keep kicking. Once I'm healed. Now you make a brand enemy. Thank you. And let's keep fighting. And shared flames. And who has bombs? Everybody has bombs. I think you should have Cinder Bomb, Blinded, Stun Bomb. Let's get the Stun Bomb going there. Yeah.
Bring them down.
Yeah, it's working nicely.
It's like flogging a figurehead. Futile.
Come on, heal. I have guts. Your guts as goddess. Somebody heal me, or am I healing? I think I'm healing. Almost done.
Damn the lad's aim.
Yeah, heal.
That dog won't.
Yes, we're low health, so is that. Yeah, almost done, almost done. Almost done. Well, it's done. Bloody hell. I kinda wish to survive, but, well, you win some, you lose some. Primal Flame. I could have been a bit more efficient with my group management, but we survived. A wall from tessellation blocks of bismuth rises before you. Tessellating blocks of bismuth rises before you, and from out of that wall juts a face at least 3 aumau high. Its mouth hangs open in a silent shout, eyes wide. A damp, frigid wind screams between the rocks. It carries whispers in its wake and chills you to your core.
What have we here?
The voice of Rimmergard rumbles from the stone.
A wayward watcher has wandered into my realm. Whatever should I do with you?
Well, probably nothing, because the other gods won't like it. The god chuckles as sound like boulders crashing down a mountainside.
You did not receive an invitation to my realm, Herald of Berath. Tell me, why should I not grind your soul to dust?
The stone face splits into a broad smile. Say nothing.
Embrace oblivion with open arms. What?
Oh, sorry. The chill wind you first felt when you entered this place picks up. It becomes deafening cacophony, a shriek so loud and sharp it might tear the very bones from your skin, or shred your soul to cobweb tatters. I'll say nothing.
As much as it would delight me to scatter your soul, you belong to Berath.
Chicken baka.
I will spare you that fate. For now.
Ooh. I knew you wouldn't do it. After I'm done with Eothas, I'm coming back for you. I'll say nothing.
Now, on to the matter that brought you here. Your Animancer friends meddle in things beyond their comprehension. Were I not the generous creature I am, you would have died.
No, you're scared.
Be sure to tell the Animancers that they have failed, and that they have drawn my gaze. I will not hesitate to obliterate them if they irritate me again.
I say nothing.
You might prepare yourself, Watcher, for something wondrous is on the horizon. Eothas will usher in an age glorious in its brevity.
I'll still say nothing.
Enjoy the world as you know it while you can.
Interesting. I think you're blabbing a little too much, you know?
And do send my regards to your Animancer friends.
Rimmergard's voice fades on to nothing, only the wind remains.
Let's all pretend that was completely normal.
Well, that was a card, you know. We've dealt with those kind before. So the question is, are we back in the tower? At least I hope so. Here we are.
Watcher, can you hear me?
You raise your head to find yourself surrounded by anxious faces. Floon withdraws the finger currently prodding at your temple and nearly stumbles backwards.
Oh, thank the gods. Thank Helia. Merla, you had us in a panic.
Lon sets a hand to her chest and fans herself with the other.
I don't have to tell you it didn't work. The current spiked and you went completely still. Breathing, but nothing else. We sent for the physician. Myself, I was about to try throwing some water in your face.
That could have worked, maybe.
What happened? Did you feel any pain? Do you remember anything?
Rimmergard sends his regards.
You had some kind of vision? A near-death experience?
With your safety assured, Fawn's sympathetic expression quickly cedes to professional curiosity. And there was a warm light and there were puppies. I speak to the guards all the time. No, I mean I literally went to beyond and spoke to Rimmerkant.
What was it like?
Cold? Weird? While you speak, one of the researchers prods you gently with a copper rod. Stop that. You hear the device in his hand give a high, piercing whine. Well, now what?
Senteri, Watcher, truly. It seemed we sent your mind further afield than intended, and without the rest of you in tow. Not entirely outside our predictions, but not the result we wanted. We have stipend for volunteers. You're welcome to the sum of it. I hope it goes some way toward earning your forgiveness.
Well, you could, you know, add a 0 behind that. After all, I met a god, but whatever.
Just as I hope this hasn't put you off helping us. We just have to adjust the current, give you a chance to control your flight, for want of a better word. We're all very glad you're in one piece. We'll have a look at the machines, figure out what went wrong. Until then, I'm sure our friends at headquarters will want an update, and to see I haven't done you any permanent harm.
Oh, bloody hell. My finger slipped. So, we are... Wait, where did it go? Well, basically we still have to wait, I guess. Yeah, 10,000 experience, that's not bad. Goods and services, that's in for Deadlight. Bounty skipping ahead. Yes, we need to wait, but it's not something we can do for a while. Anyways, fine. 400, that's nothing really. Well, better than nothing. At least we got some experience. Right. So, do Sacred Stair then. So, Tiabo, who the hell are you?
A door watcher. Fancy a look at the stock? Straight from the laboratory.
Okay, what do you have?
Have a look.
The amazing and truly incredible instant potion belt. Excuse me. So +2 alchemy and grants alchemist's cash. Summons a random potion into empty quickslot. Oh right, yes. Okay. Ring of Overseering. That is not too bad. That is something Alot might use. Okura's Kettle. Boil over. 10% chance cast boiling spray. Not enemy when Vera is critically hit in melee. Seasoned Iron, +1 burn armor rating. Hot and Home. Once per rest, teleport to an ally's location. Animancy Cat. +2 metaphysics, +1 arcana. Nice. And potions. Gunpowder, reagent, living iron, living steel. Well, nothing yet.
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
Living iron. Talk of the devil.
Consider, friend, the blessings of the priests are priceless, but so too is good sense. I have supplies here, so that daring travelers may live to honor the gods.
So, what do you have?
Certainly.
Exceptional Stiletto, the Magnificent Escape Cape. +10 deflection against disengagement attacks. Not entirely bad, of course. And traps and bombs. Okay. So then we have the road to North, a merchant.
Payment for heads. It could be no simpler, I say.
An armored Huana turns and looks you up and down. She holds this motionless pose across a long and contemplative silence. Finally, she throws out the Sangal pie and balances the coin on her knuckles.
Tell me, Are you someone who walks the path that coin lays out before you?
She arches her fingers in a way, causing the coin to flip from one knuckle to the next. She seems enraptured by the motion. Well, I always serve the highest bidder.
Akira, you understand better than most. Transmuting actions into payment is the alchemy that orders our world. All things turn on the axis of a coin bond.
She touches her brow with her free hand as she says the word. Her coin continues its winding journey uninterrupted.
I pay bounties so that death can bring order to life. Would you help me continue the cycle?
I could. Do I want to? I'll try, maybe. The coin vanishes into her fist before you can close the distance. You accidentally brush hands with Akara, who looks deeply into your eyes.
The next time payment crosses our hands, let it be in the execution of a bond, a vow, a bounty.
Holding the coin in 2 fingers, she lays it flat in your palm and leaves there. So, what bounties do you have available?
If you would forge a coin bond, I know of people on these islands who must die. Their fate is already decided. The coin wishes only to collect.
Okay.
Dugra the Ascetic is wanted for crimes against his monastic order. His people have made a coin bond for his death.
She holds a bar and lovingly inspects its edge, running her index finger along the curve.
Orlin wanders the wilderness on the island of Crookspur, northwest of Nekataka.
Okay, I return with his head. Farewell. So that would be bounty. Have so many. Yakara, where's other bounties? Dvarkas, I think it is. So yeah, we can't do that just yet. Now. Don't.
Incense? Offerings for the temple?
So what do you sell?
Shining God, light your path, stranger. Can I interest you in any of our wares? We gathered what we could. Much of our coin goes towards feeding those in need over at the temple.
Earl, I'll have a look.
Thank you, sir.
Necklace of fireballs. Charges remaining 8. Boots of speed. And that's about it. So Sacred Stair and a road to North. Okay, I'll go check the Sacred Stair. Because why not? Ada is walking so slowly. Oh, okay. It just takes us here. Okay, check the Temple of Corn. Bit watery place, I would say.
God hears your prayers, surely as I do.
Offering of fruits, bread, and even wine have been set here before the temple. No, we are crapping that cat. Frau Niels. Well, Frau Niels. +3 accuracy with melee attacks grants, but oh, nice. That could be tempting too. Though weathered and aged, this tree is dotted with buds and nascent branches indicating new growth. Nordakant, acolyte of Eothas, that is not stealing, so we might as... That is stealing, so let's not anger more cards than we need to, you know?
Leave it to me.
Okay, High Priestess first. As you approach, a wood elf straightens over an altar of gown. Her robes mark her as a High Priestess. She arches and cracks her back loudly, a satisfied grin spreading across her face soon after.
Shody, I do hope you're not getting into trouble now.
Who, me? No, I wouldn't dream of it.
Erda gives a nod and a wink. Notch, notch, say no more, say no more. Aloth rolls his eyes. She smiles at the sight of a stranger. So you're the High Priestess of this temple?
Do swine stink like shit?
Well, if they're dirty, but if they're clean, probably not. She hits you with a toothy smile, eyes glittering with amusement.
I'm guessing you're not here to worship. Then what can I do for you?
Doesn't this place get a little damp?
No more than anywhere else. No sense fighting it. The water sustains our faith, surely as it does these trees.
You must be getting a lot of people in here these days.
Oh, yes. People are afraid, angry. Change can be frightening. But what did any of us come here for, if not a new beginning?
So you are devotees of Gaun. What about Eothas? Other manifestations?
Gaun's the only one that matters.
Sevin shuts her eyes, sorry. That would be weird to put her eyes somewhere. Exhales sharply and then opens them again to regard you with a patient smile.
The shining god's got many faces, but they're all his to wear. Divine King Widewind, he saw the dawn stars, telling him of things to come. But it's gone with sickle and lantern that's come to the Deadfire. Our god's returned, and he's gonna bring balance to the world. He's gonna right all the wrongs we have suffered. Gaun will bring a new beginning for all of us when that hour comes.
I kinda doubt it, but anyway, we're looking for someone. She may have been through here years back.
We receive followers of the Shining God every day. You might want to speak with Nordegand over there.
Well, I guess I have to talk to him.
She's been here the longest, and takes care to know everyone of our faith.
Well, thank you and farewell. So, Nordegand it is.
Here for a meal? Just get in line, dear. Ain't no trick to it.
Hey, there's a lady I'm looking for. Came from Deerwood.
It waves a hand in the old woman's face as though expecting cataracts she does not appear to have.
Short, got a bad temper. It goes by a lava Mazzy. Heard of her?
I know an Alava, but that ain't a surname.
No?
Eda's jaw shifts sideways to gnaw on his pipe stem.
Not real warm, that one. Stop by unannounced, you get a pistol up your nose when she answers the door.
I imagine settlers have to keep their guard up out there.
Yeah, that's her. So, she's living with her, husband, then?
Sneaky, Eder, sneaky.
Not that I noticed.
Eder exhales a surprising amount of air.
Huh. Must be laying low.
Just that boy of hers.
Eda's body goes perfectly still. It seems to waver in the breeze. So, Eda, you want to talk to me about something?
She's got a son? How old would you say? Like a little boy?
Alat's eyes go wide with shock, then delight. He's watching Eda's the way a cat watches a wounded mouse.
I'd be happy to help you with the math.
Oh, this is getting good.
Oh, I couldn't say. It's been years. He must be a young man by now.
Wow, that's something. Well, thanks for your help.
Don't you want to know where to find her?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
She's in Hasongo, last I heard. Got a little plot of land out there.
I guess we'll look that way then. Much obliged.
Well. Let's see how happy reunion that will be. I'm guessing quite awkward, but maybe not. Okay, I'll take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay, what's next? Temple of Migran, Hanging Sepulchres, Temple of Berath. Let's go to the Migran's temple and see if we can drop. Oh,
you know how I've been saying there's nothing more important to me than us freeing you from Berath's bonds?
Are you saying there might be something more important now?
Well, I meant that. I did.
But Eda's rattling is in his chest and his mouth hangs ajar, throwing his statement into immediate doubt.
But there's this other thing I need to see about. On the way, like. I was gonna tell you.
Start talking.
This woman, well, love's not the right word. But she was something to me once, back in Gilded Vale.
He pauses.
After the legacy ended, all I could think about was how to repair what the gods had done.
Oh, okay.
To me, that meant seeing about making Eothasians feel safe in their own homes. That's how I found the night market. After a while of that, I got to thinking about the days just after the war, when we all stopped feeling safe in the first place. Mostly I thought of the woman I couldn't help, who had to leave her home in the dead of night carrying a little baby that had no soul. Last I saw her, she was going to New Hayamar. Went looking for her there, only to find that she'd left a long time ago. Anyway, I don't expect you to understand, but I gotta know she ended up all right.
It sounds like she ended up with a son.
Yeah, that's something. Coming out of Deerwood during that time. I mentioned the baby she had when I knew her. That was a boy, too. I never found out what happened to him. But with the Hollowborn, you didn't have to ask. Guess he got a brother, though.
Ere falls quiet, blinking several times before noting your continued presence. You sure you want to know where this leads?
No, but I don't see a way to let this go. Least a way's not now. Last time I saw Lava, we got friendly. Now she's got a son.
Well, let's get moving. Right.
Shed light upon my path.
Grab these. What are these? Devotee of Magran, Monk of Magran, okay. There's something over there. Mark van der Bij. Oh, are we just
You there? What are you doing?
Oh, nothing, just disposing of some garbage. Muhai has passed. I'd like to commit her body to the flames.
Muhai?
The priest's calm demeanor is shattered by his hissed utterance. He glances around you both.
Do you know what you do? This woman you carry, she cannot receive such rites. You risk the Queen's anger. Muhai has broken with Wahana. The Queen has forbade that any should have contact with her. Akira? She would be banished to the Undercity if not for her sickness. And now that has finished her.
I don't care about your customs. I need a spirit to leave me alone.
Muhai's spirit troubles you? Her punishment was hers alone to bear. A group of the Wapua came to seek Muhai's counsel, for she was known as a great navigator. Muhai was of the Oweki before she came to Neketaka. The Oweki and Wapua were enemies for many years, before Queen Onekaza's time. The Muhai misled the hunting party, and they were lost. All of us are Kahanga now. To harm Wapua is to harm Oweki. As Muhai turned her back upon her kin, so we were commanded to turn ours upon her. The Queen would have us join our tribes into one raised fist. She could not let Muhai's crime stand.
Diplomacy, we could use that. Resolve, unity makes you soft. Now you depend upon the Queen instead of fighting your own battles. That would be aggressive. So it was a political decision. And what do I care? Get out of my way.
You would defy the word of our Queen?
The priest looks down at you, his lined face twisting into solemn frown. Dump the body in the fire. You heave your grim burden into brazier, where it lands with a scattering of embers. The body burns with unnatural swiftness in the flames, reduced to ash within what seems to be mere moments. You have lost an item, Muhai's remains. Nearby, the priest regards the dancing flames with a grim disapproval.
This will not go unnoticed, outsider.
Sure.
It is done. I can feel it. I am certain of it. My essence returns to me.
You can detect no change in Muhai's spectral form now that her corpse is gone. All the same, she raises her hand to the height of her eyes, examining them.
You have greater loyalty within you than those of my own blood, Watcher. You have freed me.
Nod.
When I was yet not too sick to rise, and had hope of leaving the city, I hid away a jewel with which I could buy passage. Climb the temple steps and search among the pillars. You will find it behind a loose stone. I will not sail again. Perhaps you can make use of it.
Perhaps.
I will find my way from here. Amira's winds blow sweet upon you, Watcher. May you always find what you seek.
I always find what I seek. Oh, Forsaken Cat. Come on. Podsy. +1 to all 5 keyworded power levels grants. Yeah. So do you mean these pillars or these? That is stealing. Oh, there's this loose stone. Okay. So we got Cloak of Deflection. I can't remember if anyone has those. Jade, Garnet, and Obsidian Flake. I'm guessing that was it. We got a Warbow and Ale. Okay, I kind of go and check. I need to find where Iser the Berathian was buried. Ooh. Yeah, that is something we probably try not to do because we definitely are not equipped that. Night? Is it night? Late or R9. It doesn't. Okaura. Did we talk to you? Oh right, sorry. Sorry. Nothing. Yeah, I guess that was our treasure. Yeah. Now, does anyone have? You don't have a cape. You have. You don't. By the by, do you have anything that gives what was it? Deflection. Mana protection. Let's see. Yeah, that definitely works, so we might as... I have a quite low deflection, to be honest. I'll probably need something more. Oh, that's because I only have a basic cape. Why? I didn't... Yeah. Either is 67, so I kind of want to have more too. Okay. So there's only... Well, there's Temple of Berath and the Hanging Sepulchre. Let's go to the Hanging Sepulchres first. See?
So you defeated this ship-devouring beast all by yourself?
I'm telling you, you just have to aim for the eyes.
Yes, good advice. Good advice. Always go for the eyes. Like Boo. Wait, what is that? This tree, its roots digging deep into rock and bricks, hangs over the ledge of the precipice. Below an open tomb clings to the sheer walls of the cliff. Ah, peer over the precipice. The precipice drops hundreds of feet into lower districts of Neketaka. Strong winds assail the cliff, whistling as they crash against the rocks. A few yards below, the ledge of an open tomb rests on them. We are not going there just yet, so I'm guessing that is the tomb we are looking for. Symbols of death, yes. Iser the Berathian. I'm fairly certain that leads us to there. Well, let's go there first. A massive door looms before you. The edges are sealed so tight, not a breath of air escapes them. Religious runes sprawl the length, carved deeply into pitted stone. Let's inspect it. So, religion, I have 2. Yeah, 1. 6. I'm guessing it will be Xoti. Yes. And elaborate etching spans of stones with carved faintly beneath several runes. It depicts a small crowd praying to a pair of giant eels that have coiled about the large door. And now Maua priest holds a disc near to the door's face. A religious artifact blessed by Berath is likely necessary to open this entryway. Right, so we don't have it yet. Let's go and check the Temple of Berath.
You go in first.
Did I check this? Why I didn't? Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Pox cap. Oh, medical supplies. We can't take those. Okay, fine. I've been toying with an idea of streaming again, and what I would be streaming would be probably Cyberpunk. Now that I most likely have a little time to do it, but it's still in the planning phase, so I haven't decided yet whether if I stream, whether I would do it with PC or Xbox, but we'll see.
Leave it to me.
Amulet of Health. Oh. Okay. Long incisions along the corpse's stomach and chest provide access to the organs. Yes, that's how it usually works. Excuse me. So anything else? High Priest Kasu and some kind of a chest. The tablets hold the tale of Kohopa and Tangaloa, devouring creation at the very dawn of time. Now, obviously, we're not going to steal, but is...
Do you suppose that belly thing is?
Do you mind if I lockpick it?
There's a way.
What would we have? Berathian scripture, the many faces of Berath. I think that is something we already know. Berathian scripture. Berath will usher thee through the doorway, and thou will return to life, thy mortal life begun anew. Okay. And a few fungal bile. Yummy. Okay. Why are you hunching like that? You are just Temple Guardian. Yeah, okay. High Priest Kasu. An ailing Aumau priest regards your approach with curiosity. He casts into a sleeve stained with a spatter of silvery flecks.
Come closer to the altar. Come inside. The temple welcomes all to worship, most especially you.
What's that supposed to mean? The priest peers dolingly at the center of your chest, lips curving an ardent smile. Hands trembling, he touches a length of chain around his neck.
I ask only for no talking. Not until we pay our respects to Berath, to Rikuhu. Let us pray.
Cross your arms over your chest and watch.
Deity of life and death, the endless devourer who encompasses all existence, hear this prayer, this voice chiming. I beseech you, Kohopa and Tangaloa, to ready this shell for sucking. Purify my soul in preparation for the coming of the next cycle. Digest all of my devotion. Swallow my sorrows, even the smallest swell, so I can be spit on the morrow. And Rikuhu, Berath, my god and goddess both, the eels that churn in ceaseless cycle, the new and the next and...
Tap your foot impatiently. The priest clears his throat and hurriedly ends his invocation.
Blessed be and jubilations.
He presses his hands over the center of his chest, touching the item tucked beneath his shirt. Then raising his head, he cracks a frail smile.
All right. I will address your inquiries best as I can. So ask.
I'm looking for Iser's tomb.
Do you even know what it takes to make it deep into the hanging sepulchres? To make it alive? I know the way, but...
His words catch in his throat, and he curves forward in a spine-racking fit, hacking until he's flush-faced. Fumbling a goatskin flask to his lips, he drinks until Minnow's silver liquid triples over and slicks his chin.
Better.
He wheezes, wiping a palm over his chin.
The timing's getting tighter. And there is one thing before the end. Something only one touched by Berath can do.
So you covet something you can't get to, something you can't access because you lack Berath's chime.
That's right. I've got no hope, but you do.
He tugs at the chain about his neck.
My eels, my infinity coil keeps rattling. Pendants resonating with your chime.
The priest presses the palm of his hand to the front of his chest. He stares, scrutinizing your face. He shakes his head, disappointed.
The coil resonates, but it's weak. You could unseal the way, but you'd die inside, I think. My chance would be lost then. Lost with your remains.
I'll stare him down. As the silence stretches, Kazu sighs wearily, he wavers on his feet. He releases his grip on the pendant with a feeble nod.
I'd best not let this chance pass.
No.
There's a sacred text. The eulogy to Isaiah. It's been buried in the catacombs beneath the temple for centuries, next to his champions. I need it. Of course, the tombs, they only open to the dead, or those bearing Berath's chime.
So why do you need Iser's eulogy?
It never was added to the tomes, but it holds the final clues for my death. It's my best chance. I prayed for decades, night to day and night again. Now, here you are, just in time. Means Berath sent you to see to my success.
I have some questions about Iser and the catacombs beneath this temple.
I'll tell you what I can.
So what's the story with Iser?
He's no Juana, nor a death godlike neither, but he was a high priest of Berath. His hair was a Diran, a hunter, chasing the undead 200 years ago. Read somewhere, one tome, he sailed to the Deadfire for a weapon, abhorrent to Berath. Said the blade held a power most fearful.
Oh, that definitely sounds interesting. A blade I kinda want to have. The priest's face flushes with fervency. His voice rises in volume as he speaks until his breath catches and he doubles over into a hacking fit.
Isaiah fought hard for it, won the blade, but suffered grievous wounds.
You okay there, mate?
Berath kept him alive till he could make it to the temple's catacombs. His champions were the ones who wrote his eulogy. Later, they were buried in the sepulchres too.
So was Iser buried with the weapon he took from Lucia Riven?
Don't know. Did hear he was slain with a coveted blade. The S-talk was an affront to Berath. That I did read. Isaiah wanted to guard it with his soul and his always.
Of course, it's got to be Estok. Okay. How do I enter the catacombs under the temple?
You've got to go outside, on the lower walkway. Doors sealed up tight, though.
I know, that's why I'm asking how do I enter there.
Priests before me, all death godlikes could open it. Door requires a coil, resonating with Berath's chime. But I haven't met a death godlike in my time.
More about the hanging sepulchres?
They're from the long-forgotten time, when there was only Juana living in the mountain. They got carved in even before the temple sprung up. Before there was Nekataka or a queen. They're well guarded, because not all of Berath's dead like to rest in their graves.
So it's full of undead. So I've heard enough for now.
But there's something you've got to know. Or I guess I've just got to say.
What now? The priest pops his head. From beneath his shirt, he untucks a stone card circled in the image of an eel. The pendant vibrates on the length of his chain, thrumming harder the closer he holds it to you.
You're my best chance. Or only, maybe. Take the coil. It'll open the crypts. Bring me a sayer's eulogy, and I'll teach you all I know of Berath's arcana.
What was that about the preparing your soul for shocking?
End of the turn. I'm nearing it. Been working hard, preparing for weeks. You know, to die. But first, I've got to leave guidance for my apprentice, the next in the cycle, chosen to lead.
He sweeps a hand toward the stone domes piled across the floor. Okay, so you're dying?
Been wasting away for months. Can't say it's been easy, dying so soon. I thought about stopping a few times.
Why would you want to die soon?
Maybe you can see. I'm no death godlike. Berath bestowed not one in my generation with a chime. Not the next, neither. A flawed messenger like me can't open the crypts. So my best chance is to die.
Tell me about the writing on these tomes.
Liturgies. Instructions for ritual preparations. When and how. Sermons. Some histories, too.
His fingernail trails carefully across the stone, as craggy as his skin.
All of this, it's our knowledge has gleaned through centuries of service. Now, I've got to leave it all behind for the next disciple.
Impressive altar. What else can this temple boast?
Under the temple, carved in the mountain's caverns, lies an extraordinary maze of catacombs. So I've read. They're the hanging sepulchres, burial place for ancient Wana chieftains. The bodies are protected by Berath's best, roaming, always. Plus, the ways sealed by the deity itself.
Okay, let's ask about the undead in the catacombs.
The dead with their souls, they roam still. The ones who were chosen by Berath. Not everyone's born so blessed. Sometimes, instead, you've got to die for it.
This is a temple of Berath, right? So who's Rikuhu, Kohopa, and Tangaloa?
The same. Your word, Berath. Our word, Rikuhu. We worship the twin deal. The cyclic connection of the overworld and the underworld. Life and death. Life is Kohopa, and Tangaloa is death. Born starving, they devoured all living things, swelling larger each. when they'd swallowed all of existence, they tried to eat each other next. Now all things pass through their entrails. The end of one enters the mouth of the next, from the underworld to the overworld and back. Again and again.
That image actually is quite disturbing. Anywho, farewell. Thank you. So that was the symbols of death. Is a rest of the Berath temple in a place called Hanging Sepulchre. The entrance to Hanging Sepulchre is outside Temple Berath on its lower walkway. Now the question is, what the hell is then from the tree? No idea. But we're not checking it out just yet. That could be something we try once we've.
Adair, I get the feeling you don't like me much. Was it something I said? I think it was something I said.
No, it's not. You're not doing anything wrong, exactly.
Really? I mean, you tell me if you had a problem, right? If I'd bothered you this whole time?
It's nothing personal. I just don't think we need to be talking is all.
Oh, well, thanks for clearing that up.
It's nothing personal, but it is personal. Anyways, so we've done Spar of the Souls here. Checked merchants, got our bounties. Check Temple of Gaun. That is something we have to leave later. Then, of course, there's the... I kind of think that is a one-way to the Hanging Sepulchres. It might be. And Temple of Magran, which was this open area. So, we are going to the last area, the Brass Citadel. Why are... anyways, so Brass Citadel, once I'm there, we'll see you there. Hopefully we can... Well, we are definitely checking it out on this episode. And the next episode, we finally, hopefully, start dealing with things. Fortunately, we're dealing with things in this episode too, so at least there's that. So, Brass Citadel, I'll see you there. Be right back. And here we are, the Brass Citadel. Let's check around. Well, it's not huge area, fortunately. Powder House, Fleet Master's office, Gunsmithy, docks, Officer's Lounge, to the Gullet, Imperial Command. Well, this should be interesting. I think we had something to do in here, but I'm fairly certain we will get to...
What is your business at the Brass Citadel?
Stand down, I go where I want.
You're the Watcher. The one who nearly caused a riot in Queensbirth.
His mouth quirks in a grin.
The Grand Secretary at Sura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command. Up the stairs.
Okay, he points to the steps. Well, okay, fine.
Once you're inside, go downstairs through the room on the right.
Is he in charge around here?
Hazanui Karu is the ultimate authority in the Brass Citadel.
He crosses his arms over his chest in salute. Weird.
But she must endure the sops at the palace.
Okay.
When she returns, I'm sure she will grant you an audience. For now, Atsura Nui speaks with her voice.
Fine, fine. You are just a Rawatan guard. There was a peddler over there. Can we go?
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off limits.
The young guard draws himself up to his full height, crossing his arms. What is this place?
Private property of the Royal Deadfire Company, that's what.
He eyes you warily. Can I just look around inside?
Sorry, my orders come from the Hazanui herself.
Okay, fair. We're not going. Oh, Forsaken Cat. There's plenty of Forsaken cats and animals. Bloody hell. Plus 20 health restored per kill. Oh, this was, yeah, quest item. This was, yeah. I'll have to check those at some point, maybe before next episode. So, selling stuff and checking around.
I'll see it.
Okay. Unfortunately, we can't take anything. Bertenno.
Beat it. I don't have time to chit-chat.
The teen Valiant glances over your shoulder with an expectant frown. You stole a pair of gloves from the dark cupboard. Give them to me.
Not a chance, Aimiko.
He narrows his eyes at you.
Fascina sent you, didn't she? Postenago, just for these?
Shaking his head, he pulls a pair of fine gloves from his pocket, studying them with evident disappointment.
Soft as down, but not a single fence willing to pay me a fair price. Maybe they've got imp stink all over them.
Ugh. So passionate. Or maybe stink of failure, you no-good thief. You're going to have a hard time selling Archmage gloves for a fast coin. Yeah, that's true.
Should have guessed these were bad luck. Well, it's too late to go making smart decisions, isn't it?
I think it is, yes. He opens his mouth to say more, but something to the southwest distracts him, and his expression fills with dread.
Here he comes, and I'm too late. If Hamuto doesn't give me an extension on my debt, I'm a dead man.
Say nothing. Let's see how we play this out. A unit of steely-eyed sailors approach the docks, clutching pikes and firearms with quiet professionalism. At their head stands a tall Aumaua in a mustard yellow uniform. He turns his attention between you and Bertenno.
So, Bertenno, you hired a mercenary, or else a negotiator. That coin should have gone toward your debt to me.
Hamuto rubs a long scar that extends the length of his neck. To be honest, I don't really care about Bertenno.
Huh? No, I didn't. That is, I would never go behind your back.
Bertenno's voice falters and he turns to you with a sudden panic. I could be Bertenno, shut up, the adults are talking. Unfortunately, well, this is an honest. I could go with that. But I'll be aggressive. Bertenno, shut up, the adults are talking. Hamuto's eyes brighten and he nods. The soldiers around him chuckle with approval. Minor positive. Oh, nice.
I like dealing with people of substance.
He nods so thoughtfully.
This is a private matter. Your interference is unnecessary.
Well, honestly, I'm not interfering. I just want the bloody gloves, mate. Hamuto spread his hands in a peaceful manner as his soldiers level their guns at Bertenno. You sound more reasonable than I was led to believe. What is your plan for Bertenno? Perhaps I can pay what's... Oh, bloody hell, not. Since he can't pay up, take him. Fair's fair. Yeah, fair's fair. Bertenno glances around, growing panic evident in his frantic movements. He freezes when one of Hamuto's men raises gun and points at his face.
Enough. I have work for you.
He snaps his fingers and readies to depart. Before you go, I need the gloves Bertenno stole.
No. Bertenno's assets are mine to dispense with as I please.
See, that is kind of a bit of a problem there.
I'll hear no more of it.
He stole from Wizard Archimo. Do you want that on your conscience? Yes, because I'm definitely not gonna pay for it, so we go with Archimo way. Do you want that on your conscience?
These are Archimer's possessions?
Yes. Hamuto looks at Bertenno with grudging respect.
I would no more incur the wrath of an archmage than I would stick my head inside a dragon's maw.
Smart.
There you have it. If our business is concluded at last, then I take my leave.
You can take your leave, yes. Hamuto nods to you and turns to leave, his soldiers ushering Bertenno onward. Yeah, that went well. So what kind of gloves these are? +1 dexterity, +1 sleight of hand grants... What? Spark crackers. Produces a dazzling swarm of colorful bursts, startling and confusing everyone in the affected area. Well, we are going to return those. Well, that was a nice little piece of work, yeah. We have a gun here, or cannon, I mean.
Leave it to me.
The metal is smooth as marble and polished to a shine. Now, harsh lands forge strong people. Yeah, we can lockpick this, so why not? Getting the experience.
Well done.
Anything? Exceptional blunderbuss. Nothing I want to steal. Gunpowder cannon shot. Well, we don't really have it. Ooh, skill too low. Bloody hell. So, Uto. What do you sell? The man greets you with arms crossed over his chest. He has a massive scar tissue where his left eye would be, and his hands are knotted with bulging tendons.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rauatai makes the finest guns in Eora, and I make the finest guns in Rauatai.
What makes your gun so special?
Craftsmanship.
He holds out his knotted hands, keeping them entirely still as he speaks to you. They're covered in small burns and scars that blur the varied pigmentation of his skin.
If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter and metal. Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them.
He reaches under the counter and presents a blunderbuss, holding it out for your inspection with his ever-steady hand. It's high-quality piece.
Rauataian industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a careful art. Those qualities guide all that we build.
He puts the blunderbuss away. Okay, let me see what you have. Dragon's Dowry, Arquebus. Legendary. Nice. And expensive. Fine, exceptional. Wyrmtongue. Scordeos Trophy. Something Seraphim could use, but again, expensive. I don't think we need to refill anything, so there's that. Okay. Good shop to have. So we're done in here.
Hey, pupper.
Oh, I thought he saw a dog somewhere here. So there's the Gullet Way. I'll check this area. Then we'll probably want to go to the Fleetmaster office and there. But of course, let's check the rest of the area in this side. Wait. Valiant.
Leave. No Valiant spy is coming through on my watch.
A well-dressed Valiant and young but determined guard are arguing by the gate.
The Royal Deadfire Company is a trading company, is it not? And you are on Kahanga soil. You cannot turn me away.
The Valiant words only anger the guard further. Her face darkens and she grits her pointed teeth.
The Brass Citadel and the Royal Deadfire Company operate under the auspices of the Ranga Nui of Rauatai.
She straightens her shoulders and crosses her forearms over the chest in a stiff salute.
We answer to him, not to you. And certainly not to some tribal queen of Nekataka.
You are safe here by the grace of Queen Onekasa to show some respect. Let's all take a deep breath. I'm sure we can work this out. That would be diplomatic, which we are not doing. What are you? Tutor? Will both of you be quiet? I'm sick of listening to you. Both women turn to look at you coldly.
I'm not keeping you here.
Ugh. I'll bet you let him stroll right in.
The merchant and the guard return their attention to one another, snarling and arguing. I can't, it's not working. What are you two arguing about?
These Valians are always sending their spies to snoop around, and I won't have it.
The guard glares at the merchant even as she speaks to you. The merchant rolls her eyes.
And these Rauataians think they own anything they stack 2 stones on top of. I am here to conduct business, not engage in petty power struggles.
Let the merchant pass.
What? She's up to no good. I know it.
That would be... No, you just don't trust Valiant. She's right. This is no way to run a trading company. We could go with stealth whisper, so have her follow to see where she goes and whom she meets. That is tempting, actually. Bluff. Royal Deadfire Company. I can vouch for her. She won't make trouble. Ah, tempting, tempting. Let's go with the shady stealth. The guard nods at you, her eyes wide and knowing. She clears her throat and turns to the merchant with a deliberate, menacing skull. By the positive reputation gained with the Royal Deadfire Company. Seraphin snickers quietly.
You may pass. Just stay out of trouble. Understand?
Agresi, my friend.
She doffs her hat to you before departing.
Ahoy, Captain. If I could bend your ear a moment, I'll be aiming to thank you for bringing me aboard.
A third hand at his belly and one heel out, he bows deeply, drooping ear almost touching the ground.
You run a tight shop, and you ain't no terrible person either. It'd be a welcome change from the gentleman of leisure.
Tell me about the gentleman of leisure.
The gentleman is only the finest ship among the Principe, and Captain Ferrante our most respected shipmaster. It were 2 honours and a half to be chosen to join his crew.
I detect but in there.
Aye, you ain't wrong. Joining the gentleman meant leaving a sorcerer, leaving the only family I've ever known.
What is this, Fast and Furious? Family?
I never knew no kin till the sorcerer. They be my salt family. And to me, that'd be better far than blood.
So why were you willing to leave that crew to join mine?
Now don't sell yourself a Suole short, Cap, nor me neither. I know an opportunity when I bought it. I'd seen what there were to be seen upon the gentleman, learn what ropes were to be learned. Methinks a watcher after a dead god'll thrust me into an whole new set of eye openings.
Probably yes. Thoughtful, Shotty rubs a knuckle along the edge of her jaw. Worldly.
And believe you me, I do appreciate myself a good thrust.
Era gives a nod and a wink. Nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. Okay. Oh, you're welcome.
I've a gift for you. This trinket be from one of the first ships I hunted. Malnage would have snatched it had I not found the perfect hiding spot.
Do I even want to know? So where did you hide it?
I know, were I to tell you that, you mightn't want it no more.
Well, Seraphin gives an innocent whistle while scratching his ass subtly as one could scratch it.
Just a jest, Cap. Nay, I tucked it away in my beard. Didn't wear braids back then, so my hair caught about everything from feathers to fish bones. Malnar shook me down for plunder after each raid. I figured out she wouldn't go nowhere near my beard. Said my face were like a saw-rip fetish.
So why did Malnage treat you so badly?
Don't rightly know for sure, Cap. Thought at first she wanted me. Lasses be that way sometimes, treating you worse than what they fancy you. Given she tried to get me killed twice within our first fortnight together, I thought mayhap she were in deepest love.
Shotty nibbles on her lips to hide a spreading smile. Okay, so love makes people do crazy things?
Aye, Captain. You ain't farting out your mouth there.
Thank you. Were you attracted to Malnage?
Fancy her in the least. But a man has needs. And I figured at the time that she were as wet as any other lass.
Thank you.
Figured I'd give her a whisper about what we might get down to in the old. Her answer were an unequivocal no, made with a sharpness. Might have been the closest I've ever been to death.
Well, thank you for the gift, Seraphin.
You be entirely welcome. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've roundabout reached my limit for sentiment.
Yeah. Thank you, Seraphin salutes, grinning broadly and turns away. So, something to remember you buy if you happen to die or I need to kill you. So what we... This is Cypher's necklace of Constitution +1. Resistance to dexterity afflictions. Did I have a... Well, my health drops a little bit. I want to keep that. I might want to keep it for now, because it gives the resistance to dexterity afflictions. So there's that. I'm guessing these stairs just take me there. Okay. So my crew is a bit chatty, if you know what I mean. Officers' lounge. Let's check that if we can. Lounge server.
Her eye when you've got bad news. She respects that.
You're just an officer. I can't see your name, but I'm.
I don't think she likes me. I spent most of my career
Pero is
escorting
trouncing his
foreign ships.
Okay.
Many have. She's got nothing against scramble routes.
Service reserved for officers of the Royal Deadfire Company. So I'm guessing you're
This
not.
is about the Hazatoa tournament. I've got nothing to do with that, all right? I just serve the drinks.
What's this about the Hazatoa?
Some of the soldiers and sailors get to making unwise bets when they play. Like I said, I keep out of it. None of the regulars are looking for new opponents, though, if that's what you're asking. All the better for you, trust me.
I'd like to order something.
You're a captain working for the Royal Deadfire Company, right? Sure you are. Even if you're not, I've heard your name enough to think you are.
Okay, I appreciate
Try to
that.
raise your skewers, if you can handle the heat.
So White Yennefer. Well, more alcohol. Discount on items, nice. But nothing we need from here at the moment. So there are few places to go. I'm starting to think that Imperial Command is something where we
Sails unfurled and sword
can't
held
enter.
high.
I've got
Battle
all
for
sorts of goods
glory
and supplies.
and
Take a look.
Rautai.
Gauntlets of Ogre Might. Now that's nice. A Ring of Greater Regeneration. +3 health, restored by 6 seconds. Charm of Bones grants Call the Restless. +2 intellect, +5 accuracy against vessels. You have some interesting items. These are tempting, so maybe the ring either also, maybe. But we don't really have the money at the moment. So let's check the Fleet Master's office and see what we can learn from there. Maybe a quest or a couple. Now, that is skill too low. Skill too low, unfortunately. So you are Makoyo.
Clear skies, my friend.
Makoyo crosses his arms and tips his head to the side. A long scar traces a path down his face, curving sharply where his cheek rises with a smile. Greetings.
The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rautai finds itself in need of a privateer.
His brow rises as he speaks the word.
Your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit.
Aren't you afraid that privateering will start a war?
An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rautai. Our paperwork is most thorough. For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork.
What bounties do you have available?
A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas.
I'll take the bounty.
Most excellent. A Scylla commands the Voyager River Dragon, which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage.
Okay, farewell. So, more bounties? What the hell is that? An inscription reads, that which grows is strengthened by...
Leave it to me.
That which grows is strengthened by Coral Mason Torguo. Can I? Somehow I can't check that. Okay, fine. So here we go. Wait, what is that?
Why does your Ronga carve his name into a rock?
The Ronga Nua.
Ah.
And it's a commemoration to show what he built.
Oh. Then did your Reparo also write their names on
For the
other
glory of
stones?
Ravatai, the strength of the Ranganui. Okay. Nice. Imperial Command lore. Tumara. And let's talk to Tumara.
All this trouble over a tablet of fucking stone. If my company's standing wasn't on the line, I would have written this one off as a loss already.
Tumara nurses her brows and motions for you to speak. What? Any ideas on retrieving the Harappo epic? Tell me about yourself. I have questions about the Harappo epic. You and Netherhead don't seem to get... What? Any ideas on retrieving the Harappo epic?
I heard tell of Ephron, a thief with a penchant for making house calls. Word has it that Ephron made his way inside of Archimere's manor and later died.
Ah, yeah.
Now his soul is bound to the fortune-telling machine in the dark cupboard. Strange fate.
You and Netherhead don't seem to get along.
All of her pretenses of cultural pride are a means to an end. Like the rest of the Huana, she isn't above exploiting any advantage if she can profit from it.
Back to my other questions.
As you say.
Very well. Oh, it's there. Yeah. Now I remember. And can't take those. Lore College. Chanter. Anything else? Interesting. Upper. This seems like an easier way to enter. Hopefully I remember that. But let's go and see the Imperial Command. Ada, why are you so slow? Honestly, why are you so slow? Is there something that... I'll have to check about that, but yeah, he's a bit slow, that Ada over there. That is not good, because he kinda needs to be in front row. The air around the coral thrums with life-sustaining magic. Now, this is a Hasanoi Karu's office. Sparring room. Stairs down. Quartermaster. Let's see what we can learn from here and what we can steal from here. Maybe not. Weapon Master. Many of us work as mercenaries and bodyguards. Okay. Can
I'll see it done.
Nice. Sabormi? A young woman with a bright white smile and eyes match raises her hand and gives you a quick but enthusiastic wave. Then, with an exaggerated look of embarrassment, she stops herself and crosses her forearms over her chest.
I always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Caed Nua, aren't you? I've never met anyone famous before.
Yes, it's me. I'll try to be a little harsh nowadays, but still, it's me.
Except the Hasanui. She yells at me sometimes.
The Hasanui yells at you?
Oh, all the time.
She screws her face up into a look of mock seriousness. Still, she can't keep from smiling.
Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. Sabormi, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines.
At this last comment, she leans close, her eyes wide and voice low with an awe.
All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name.
Are you always this excitable?
It's just, this is my first time away from the rough country. I'd heard there were thick, green forests and sandy beaches without a storm in sight, but I never imagined this.
She shakes her head in wonderment.
You must have traveled lots, seen all sorts of amazing places.
Sabormi folds her hands under her chin, watching you intently. Sure, I've just got to get Eothas to stop stepping on them. One place is the same as the next one. Why does this interest you so much?
I love Rauatai, but it's hard to go a week without seeing storms, or hearing about mudslides burying a village somewhere.
Her buoyant expression sags, but only for a moment. So, you're quartermaster. Can you sell me something? Her face scrunches up in disappointment.
I really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies.
Yeah.
The Nui's orders.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make an exception.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. So, that's it. Can we steal anything? Nazi Dark Poetry? What is this? Correspondent between Captain Reiki and Masquoro. To the oft-admiral but questionably attired Captain Reiki, this letter should reach Brass Citadel long before I do, which is lucky for you, because you'll need the time to make some Hazatoha winnings to settle our last bet. Never challenge a captain of the Ruguapa Horo Kernel spitting contest. My eldest knitted a pair of those fancy socks you love, though I hear Deadfire is the kind of place where it's nice to feel the sand between your toes. Maybe it really is the haven everyone says it is. You'll know before I do. When you see our sales, have a pair of razor skewers, some arak, and about 30 palohe nuts of varying sizes ready. In grand deeds and ill-advised wagers, Captain Masquoro. Right.
To me.
And what else? Solution. I think we are...
I shall be discreet.
Yeah, we're hidden here, so might as well take it. If the way... Okay. I guess we are allowed to go here because no one says anything.
By the kitchen.
They weren't that bad.
Rhyming Hazanui with kablooey?
I can't think of anything else that goes with Hazanui.
Yeah, barracks.
Me neither.
Altura's
That's
office,
why I
jail.
leave epics to the lore college.
And kitchen.
Criticism is easier than creation.
Verzano.
Hi, Miko. It is good to see you. It has been several years, no?
I guess. I can't remember your name. Someone has posted an earnest but excruciating attempt at epic poetry. Now...
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, our cap.
I'll deal with this. I'll see you.
No, we're not stealing anything here, you know. We're just looking. Just looking. Is there something I want? Well, I could take those. Come on, faster, faster. Off. Just my luck. Well, this is getting problematic here. Please leave. Fine. Dog, keep a guard.
That's unusual.
Well, that is unusual, yes.
Guess that wasn't so hard.
Nice. So, what do we have here? A little bit faster, thank you. Ruby. Well, I'll take it. And thank you for your business. These rifles look perfectly maintained and ready for use at moment's notice.
That order's too tall.
Most of the papers are letters to home, almost all praise Deadfire's weather. Nice. Are we allowed to go here? Are you the one who's actually looking for us? The man behind the desk regards you with attentive, unblinking eyes and perfectly open expression. His smooth features make it hard to pinpoint his age, though the crinkles at the corners of his eyes suggest he is not especially young. He cocks his head, taking your measure. He pauses before speaking, just a little longer than seems normal. When he finally does, he slaps you on the back and utters a gruff but amiable laugh at the sounds that sounds a tad unnatural coming from him. That is from aggressiveness, okay?
Watcher Nui, the lord of Caed Nua.
He gives you a sleek half smile that reveals a row of perfect pointed teeth. In his careful stare and a pause before he speaks, you recognize that he's studying you.
I'm not one for ostentation, but your remarkable display at Queen's birth suggests that you are an individual with skills, not mere style.
I do what has to be done, and I don't let anything stand in my way.
Deadfire could certainly use more people with your gumption.
His eyes shine with interest. He blinks, perhaps for the first time since your conversation began.
I am Atsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company.
It sounds like a significant title, but he is strangely emotionless. He might as well be describing the color of his cloth. For a trading company, you've got a very commanding presence in Neketaka.
And why not? Thousands of years ago, our people came from the archipelago. By one reckoning, we have as much claim on these islands as the Huana.
He shrugs and waves, and in the manner of someone politely dismissing a compliment.
But our purpose here is trade.
He gives you an unusually placid smile again.
While our homeland is rich in saltpeter, the violent climate and rocky soils make it a poor source for most other basic staples. It's my business to look after the mainland's interests here.
He spreads his hands wide to include his rather plain, dim office. Cut to the chase. What do you want with me?
You are direct. I appreciate that.
He tilts his head and blinks as if considering you anew.
The demand for luminous Adra has sent the Valian Trading Company into a frenzy. Their expeditions grow too bold, and their officers too greedy.
He puckers his lips as though at a lack of discretion at a dinner party.
Worse, their rapid expansion attracts pirates and threatens the outlying Huana tribes. This risks souring the Kahanga royals against all foreign involvement.
He inclines his head like he's about to let you in on a secret.
But you can curtail their growth.
So this isn't about the welfare of the Deadfire, this is about them outpacing you.
By snapping up land, we need to grow food and build ships for our people? Indeed. But our interests and Deadfire's are not mutually exclusive.
He interlaces his long, well-manicured fingers.
The Valians have sent an expedition to Pococahara, a storm-wrecked island believed to house a vein of luminous. I hear you accomplished an incredible feat in restoring the luminous Adra near Port Maje.
He appraises you again with those unblinking eyes.
If your abilities allow you to do that, then perhaps you are also capable of the opposite. Find the luminous Adra at Pococahara. Render it unusable to the Valians. This should encourage them to develop the resources they have, rather than reaching for more.
His eyebrows rise a degree, both request and an invitation. Why would I help you?
There is no need to be coy. I can see you considering the angles. I respect that.
He nods at you the way he might at an opponent over a game of Hazatoha.
Rauatai is a mighty and wealthy nation, and with trouble brewing in the Deadfire, you will find it useful to have an ally that is both.
Well, I'm not going to commit just yet, but I'll say we'll see.
Deadfire is a tumultuous place. Consider the value of an ally with ships, cannons, and the backing of a great empire. I do not have the precise location of Poko Kahara, but the tribe on the nearby island of Tikawara could probably help. I suggest starting there.
He circles a small, out-of-the-way island on your map.
Now, what else can I do for you?
You seem different from the rest of the Royal Deadfire Company.
How do you mean that?
Come on, you know exactly what I mean. He lowers his head, watching you all the while.
Are you making advances at me?
No.
It's for the best. This would be a most inconvenient time to begin an attachment.
Oh, okay. I thought he would be more, well, yeah. So what else we can try?
How do you mean that?
You're hard to read. You're not a soldier.
Rauatai is composed of many types, but it's true, many here are soldiers and engineers, none of whom are especially diligent about paperwork.
He spreads his hands to encompass the scrolls on his desk and in the shelves behind him. Okay, what exactly is the Brass Citadel? He hesitates, looking at you as if answer is obvious.
It's a trading post, of course.
The trading post has high walls, cannons, and guard towers.
Anything worth building is worth protecting.
Okay, farewell. So, what else? Food stain tally sheets stuck beneath this battlefield model, such as it's been used for recreational purposes. And then we have a jail. You are jailer. Clear Scott. Rauatai guard. Why are you sitting there? I don't know. Right. I'll use these stairs. I guess, if I understood correctly, this would take us to the side. Maybe. Yes.
Sorry about you, Adair. There'd be a thing of free out here that you shouldn't be aiming a pet.
Hey, it was dark. I only saw the back of your head. I thought you were some huge island squirrel.
This ain't about me, farmer.
Right. So back to the Imperial Command. Oh, no, no, no. Back to the dog. I'm not leaving the dog. There you are. Come with me, Pess. You are plus 10% damage with melee attacks. Do we have already similar? Maybe? I don't know. So I think we're starting to be done with our tour. I'll check if we can go to the main office. I'm fairly certain they... Well, honestly.
Done.
Yeah, they don't like me to open this, so I guess I don't want to disturb these just yet, because I haven't decided what side I'm taking. I'm still uncertain about that. There are a few sides. We have Valiant Trading Company, we have these, probably the Queen, and I don't know, maybe pirates?
I heard you and Isilmir again. I do wish you would stop encouraging her. Real sorry, Eothas. We'll keep it down. You think I care about your childish jokes? What bothers me is how she dog-ears my grimoire. And you keep bringing her out.
Just looking to lighten the mood, I guess.
So the situation at the moment, Ada really doesn't like me. Alot doesn't like me. Well, Shorty likes me a little bit. Seraphin a little bit. You are all right. Weird. We can't see anything here, but then we have Huana, Neketaka, Principis, and Patrena. They like us. Valiant Trading Company like us. Royal Deadfire Company likes us. I don't know if... Well, these are definitely groups I can make choices. I'm still uncertain about this, but maybe these are the main groups. It would seem like it. Children of the Dawn Stars. Surprisingly, they still like me. The Gullet likes me. Delves Road Criminals, not so much. But much somewhat. Well. We are. What is the situation here? Most enemies defeated, Ede. Most total damage done, a lot. Highest single target now, Seraphin. Crits a lot, hits a lot. Most damage taken, me. Bloody hell. Oh, interesting. Soul Collector was my defeat. Okay, nice. Huh. What are these? No idea. Let's keep those there. So, we've pretty much been everywhere. So next episode, I'll start doing different things we can. I think I have to go to the Valiant Trading Company, see what I can do there with the deal. Probably... Well, I haven't decided yet, but we'll see what we can do there. Then there's, of course, the Undercity, which I kind of want to see. And there's things to do there. So those are probably things I'll start with the next episode. Before that, I'll probably go through my inventory and sell stuff, because there's quite a lot of things to sell. Other than that, I don't really know yet, but... Yeah, I'll try as much as I can on the Neketaka before we set sail. So we finally can get some levels. Anyways, we finally done it. I'm fairly certain this is one of the probably the biggest city in the game, like Defiance Bay in the first one. So now we have done that. Now I can actually quick travel everywhere I need. And whatnot. But yes, Undercity is something where we want to go. Unfortunately, I'm fairly certain we can't go to them. It doesn't seem to be the sepulcher, because yeah, I'm fairly certain we can't do that. We of course could go and check the Queen. Maybe we need to do that. But before that, we'll do the little quests here and introduce ourselves to the Valiant Trading Company and that not. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.